with another video. This time I'm doing a fitness challenge again. I did a fitness challenge about 4 months ago where I tried to exercise every day that month and also drink lots of water, not have breakfast until 12, like intermittent fasting, in order to lower my blood pressure, lower my weight, and just be healthier. And it worked. My blood pressure did go down. My weight also went down. And since then I've continued to lose weight. In about a year I've lost 20 pounds, which is crazy. I didn't know I was that heavy, and I didn't know I could get so light either. But yeah, I've been on this weight loss journey. At first it wasn't really like that intense. I was just waking up and just tracking my weight and putting it in an app. But after a while I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this more seriously. That's when I did the September fitness challenge. And then since then, I kind of stopped working out, but I've just been paying attention to what I'm eating and using a scale to measure my food and still doing the intermittent fasting and still drinking lots of water. It seemed to work for me for like November, December, January, February, when I reached my lowest weight. But then after that, I couldn't get any lower, and actually it looked like my weight started to increase again. So I want to do this challenge again. I want to get back into doing cardio every day in the mornings just to get it out of the way, and also see if that can help me reach an even lower weight, because the ultimate goal here is to just have like as little belly fat as possible so that I can see a six-pack, but that still hasn't happened yet. Let's start working out. So today, April 1st, I weigh 144.0 pounds. And in the month of March, the highest I weighed was 146 pounds on March 4th. And the lowest was 142.2 pounds on March 24th. Between 146 and 142.2, that's about 4 pounds of weight loss within a month, which equates to half a pound per week. Wrong. So I would say that this weight loss challenge was successful. Now let's do the arm thing. Now for blood pressure, I had 105/69 with a pulse of 60. Now if I compare those results to the beginning of the month, overall my blood pressure did decrease and my pulse went up, and that pulse isn't really that important when it's that low, as long as it's not like super high. I used to have a pulse of like 85. But yeah, it looks like my blood pressure is good. Now let's check the body fat. Here's the physique. Now I can tell that my belly fat has gone down a little, but it's still there, and I think I just have bad like belly genetics. I think I have like back fat. If I pinch this right here, it feels kind of thick. But yeah, okay, let's hit the poses. Let's hit the double bicep. My biceps aren't that big. Let's do some front lats. Let's do some side chest. Let's do some side tricep. Rear double bicep. Rear lat spread. Front abdominal. We could do an abdominal plus a bicep. And most muscular. Don't make that sound. All right, and finally, let's talk about diet. What did I eat throughout the month of March to get to where I am? So normally, I usually just have oatmeal for breakfast at 12. But what I started doing this month is that I started adding PB2, peanut powder, into the oatmeal. I used to eat protein oatmeal, but I would notice that I would have like breakouts on my skin, like on my face, my body, my legs. I realized that whey protein comes from milk and cows. I shouldn't be eating too much of that. So I stopped using protein oatmeal. I've had similar problems when I used to supplement with whey protein. I would get breakouts on my skin and I didn't like that, so I stopped using whey protein. But I tried this PB2 this month and it seems to work for me. Instead of buying oatmeal with whey protein, just buy regular oatmeal and mix it in with the PB2 and there's your protein oatmeal, and this protein comes from peanuts. Plus it gives it a peanut flavor and I like that. I've also tried vegan protein before, like plant-based protein, but I didn't really like that much because it made the oatmeal feel gritty. And I don't like that feeling in the oatmeal. When I mix in the PB2, the feel of the oatmeal is still very smooth. If we compare this PB2 to regular peanut butter, this is just peanut butter we have in the house from Good and Gather, creamy peanut butter. We can see that PB2, 6 grams of protein per serving. Regular peanut butter, 7 grams of protein. But in real peanut butter, there's 15 grams of fat. PB2, 1.5 grams. So it's 10% of what's in normal peanut butter. And as you can see on the front of the label here, PB2 is 90% less fat, which is true if you compare it to this peanut butter. And carbs, 7 gram PB2, 5 grams of carbs. But I think it's mainly those 15 grams versus 1.5 grams of fat, which makes the difference in calories. 190 calories, 60 calories per serving. Less than 1/3 of the calories for about the same amount of protein. Let me show you how calories are actually calculated. It's super easy. Just Google how many calories per gram, and you'll see that protein and carbs both are 4 calories per gram, and that fat is 9 calories per gram. So just take the grams of each macro and multiply them by their correct calories to get the caloric value of that macro in your food. Protein and carbs both have similar calories for both peanut butters, but the difference in fat is more than 120 calories. If you add those numbers up, you get the total calories for a serving. You can see that the label's calories are pretty accurate to what we calculated. 191 and 190, 57.5 and 60. Now let's get back to the video. So if you want to save calories in some places and you're using peanut butter, maybe try PB2. And if you don't like whey protein or vegan protein, maybe try PB2. PB2 is also vegan. You're not using any animal products to make peanut powder. So I think it's a great alternative, and I wish I would have known about this food earlier. Now, I usually have snacks between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Usually I would have just 1 cup of sugar-free Jello or have around 3 pieces of celery. But yeah, my girlfriend put me on these sugar-free Jellos. At first I didn't think much of them, but then I saw that they only had 5 calories. And that's when I thought, wow, I could really fill up my belly and help me feel full without eating too many calories between big meals. So I started including that in my diet. But then we couldn't find these in the store. So what we did instead is we got Jello powder. And we also bought small reusable cups to put the Jellos in, and that actually came out to be cheaper than this option. 25 cents per serving, pre-made, or 9 cents per serving, you make yourself. You save over half your money, and you can buy in bulk, and it doesn't take up much space in your cupboard, and then you don't have to go to the store as often for these servings. And then the trash that you make by eating this Jello and then throwing the plastic away over the Jello in boxes is way higher. You eat this, you throw the plastic away, and it goes in some landfill. And then for the Jello powder, you just open up a small packet and a small box, and that goes in the trash for 8 servings. But then the cups that hold the Jello get washed and reused instead of being thrown away. So I think it's also more environmentally friendly to make your own Jellos. Now, why Jellos? I like gummies. I just like having something sweet to chew on like a gummy. And eating Jello satisfies that craving. If you make it sugar-free, you're eating way less calories, but still filling up your belly. And at the end of the day, you can lower the total calories that you eat in a day while still having your belly full. And so that's why I started doing that. Now, I didn't see much change even after switching to the powder Jellos instead of the snack pack Jellos. So about halfway through the month, I started doubling up on my Jello intake. Usually 1 serving is half a cup. These 2 make a whole cup. I started eating 2 of these per day. Also increased the amount of celery that I ate. And then once I did that, around the middle of the month, that's when you saw me go under 144 pounds. And that's what I've been doing ever since. Now I'm also incorporating carrots and cucumber as low-calorie snacks between big meals. But yeah, I'm slowly increasing the number of low-calorie snacks that I have in my diet. And you know, it seems to be working for me somewhat. I'm still yo-yoing back and forth. And for the cucumber, I just slice it up into thin slices and put it on a plate and put some tahini on it. And it makes the cucumber more flavorful and more enjoyable to eat. Now for my big meals for lunch, I usually have anywhere between 200 to 170 grams of carbs and about 100 grams of protein. Usually the carbs are rice, sometimes it's pasta. Usually I split my carbs up between rice and vegetables or pasta and vegetables, like Brussels sprouts or broccoli or cooked vegetables all mixed together, and it tastes real good. Now for the proteins, usually those are beans, meats, like chicken, meatballs, pinto beans, black beans. And then for dinner, it's about the same thing. 200 grams of carbs, 100 grams of protein. And then for my snack after dinner, I usually have a cup of protein yogurt. Oikos sells this like 000 yogurt. It has 15 grams of protein. So that's a lot of protein, and that should help you feel fuller throughout the night so you don't get any more cravings. But I don't really like eating yogurt by itself like that. So I add something crunchy to it. Usually it's nuts or granola. And that helps it also give it a little bit more flavor because the flavor is a little sour sometimes. Also through this month, my girl went to Aldi and got similar protein yogurt. I think it only has 12 grams instead of 15. But the flavor is a lot better. It tasted a lot better. So that's also an option if you want to do something similar to me. Now I'm not tracking my calories, so I don't really know what my maintenance is or you know what I should be staying under. Yeah, instead of just tracking calories, I'd rather just have the same foods every day, like oatmeal with peanut protein with some slices of bananas, like 1 or 2 cups of Jello, 6 slices of celery, 1 cucumber, and 10 carrots. And I don't know, it just seems easier for me to track those things than tracking my calories and just eating different things every day. Because like if I can see that increasing my Jello intake works for lowering me a little bit more, then I'm going to keep doing that. And if I can see that increasing the celery count, you know, helps me get a lower weight, then I'm going to keep doing that. It works for me. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you have any thoughts, leave them down in the comments. Tell me what you've done to lose weight, or if you're going to try something that I did. If any of this makes sense to you, you know, try it. Or if you want to lose weight, you know, try anything that I did in this video. The exercises, the food, the fasting. Honestly, I didn't exercise that much this month. I think I may have done the morning cardio stuff maybe like 8 to 10 times this month. But I also went to the gym here at my apartments and walked for 30 minutes usually. So that's another type of cardio. And on the treadmill, I'm at max incline, which is 15 degrees, and that helps you burn twice the calories in the same amount of time. So why not do that? But yeah, I think the most important thing is to eat right. You know, exercise helps. It helps you feel strong. You know, exercise is good because it helps work out your heart. But if you're doing it to lose weight, I think it's better to just eat better, eat smarter, eat less. But yeah, thanks for watching. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a part 3 to this. Stay tuned. Peace.